about to enter the world of Michael Zavala. Now's your chance to turn back.
Get in the back cave, Michael.
Okay,
Don't do Red Bull, do cocoa or something. I can't hear you. Wow, he's Dowie citizen.
I'm just amazed at what you think about.
This is MC Now.
Is that better, Eric?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, and then like blasted through my headphones.
All right. It's Friendsgiving 2025. We got a lot of people in here. More than we did last year, I think.
It looks like a rehab facility in here. It does. You have a little bit of all kinds of walks of life in here.
That's right. KK and Billy are here. Or I'm sorry. Paris is here.
Or Billy. It's fine.
And then, of course, we have a special guest, the Honorable. Can we say that yet or no?
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Marcos is here, Chris Sapphire's brother, which we haven't... I didn't realize you hadn't been in the studio.
Not to this studio. It's been, over a decade? Since the last one?
Let's see, you were a judge on Twerksgiving.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were. Were you really a judge? I don't know if you were. I know you were there for it. But
No, I really was.
And then
I had to give my input.
And that's inspired you to become to run for a real judge.
It did.
That's incredible. I'm glad we had a little, influence on your career. But that was probably...
I couldn't do it without you guys.
10 years ago, probably, at least. Because we've been here for 6 years.
Yeah. That's about right.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of the place? You haven't been here...
I love it.
You've never been to this studio, so
I haven't. No. You built a cathedral here.
We have the painting of David up there on the ceiling.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Eric's painting the David where the two naked people are touching their fingers or whatever.
Correct.
Paint that on the ceiling.
Correct. I mean, this right here is the envy of the Pope.
Yeah, Paris.
Yes.
We got to talk to Paris first because somebody judged in the way that you wanted to be judged, right?
Yes, they did. They did judge. I just competed in America's Bearded Queen this week, and I won.
Yay!
25. I won interview and question and answer, so it's super exciting to represent bearded drag.
That is amazing.
It is.
And this is the first time you've won?
This is.
Wow.
I won first alternate last year. So we were here last year for the Friendsgiving podcast.
Yeah.
But now I'm a winner, baby.
Wow.
Yes.
And so,
incredible.
Paris, all the girls want to know what changed between now and then.
Honestly, I was equally as sickening last year. I was ahead by, I think, 16 points going into question and answer, but that is where I flopped. However, I acquired a show directing position and a hostess position in my home bar. I'm now a show director there, so it gave me time to get familiar talking on the mic. And I still drove around the question a little bit this year and didn't quite land it, but I still did better according to the judges and the other girls.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yes, and I won that
You
category.
won.
You did really, really good.
Yes.
Everybody in that whole venue was so quiet. We were all staring at y'all on purpose to try to make y'all even more nervous.
Well, we felt it, believe me. I know all 5 girls would be equally as sickening to represent the title, but one of us had to win. So, we were all nervous up there. It's crazy the pressure that you feel. And truly, my body was trembling. I was tingling from head to toe, and I just had to do it.
And you slayed it, though.
did.
You did. And no shade to anybody else, because it is a hard thing to have that much pressure on you.
It is.
But you really executed that question perfectly.
Thank you.
I could tell you took a moment.
Yes.
And then when you grabbed the mic and you just started telling a story, I said, there
Something
you
else,
go.
the show hostess that night,
Yes.
her name was Mia, Inez Adams, and she made eye contact with me, and that grounded me in the moment. I
Yeah.
needed to see that.
I
She
love
was like,
that.
okay, bitch, get it together.
Do you remember what you said last year?
No, not at all. No way.
What was the question?
I know. It's like, yeah.
I don't even remember. It was something kind of a little bit about like the political climate and how we would handle our reign or something like that. I don't remember what
Are
I
you talking
said.
about this year's question?
Yeah. This year's question.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, this year's
I might have to
question
think about
was,
it again.
Okay.
it was about that.
Fairness in the pageantry world.
Oh, okay.
How we would use our reign to make a positive impact on that. And basically I said something around the lines of, in my hometown, there for the longest time, we had a bad reputation for rigging pageants and stuff, and people would come and invest money, and then they would lose out because whoever was judging would pick the favorite. So like that's something that I pride myself on. I would never allow that. I get to choose the judges. So I definitely pick people who are credible in like the industry in my region. So
when they called y'all two up and it was just you and the other person, what was going through your head?
Well, I know how pageants work, and I know how the point system category works. So truly, when I won question and answer, it's one of the highest weighted categories. I knew that it was probably going to be in my favor. So I kind of knew, but Brenda, she actually, from last year, she did not score as well as she did this year. She made a huge improvement. She made second place. So, when we lost last year, her and I both did, we went and supported the winner, and we were the only two plus one other person that supported, so we got to build a bond. So it was so special that she was the one there with me.
Yes, and she was like, wasn't she in second to last year?
I'm not sure the true placement, so I didn't want to say that.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So what are your responsibilities now that you won?
I just have to be like the face of the system, represent, try to sell preliminaries. Or that's not really my job though, but I have to just inspire.
It's like an MLM.
Girls. Yeah, I just have to like teach and inspire the girls, lead them, try to get as many people involved in the system as I can.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, what would you say in your whole drag journey has been your biggest like what the did I just do moment?
Probably competing for America's Beauty Queen.
You would say that's it?
Yeah, because like now I have to walk the walk. You know, I talk the talk the whole entire pageant. So now I have to prove myself.
I was waiting to see you just bust out crying. You know when the girls win and they fall.
I'm very thankful that my sister Sasha V. King was standing in front of me because only the cameras that were sideways pointing at me got me. But I was crying.
You were crying?
I was crying, yes. But it was like truly like an out of a body experience because when I was standing up there and they were telling us to take pictures, I have no idea who all I took pictures with because like I was just there like I didn't even know what was going on. It was so crazy.
And now you are forever immortalized into the pageant winners thingamajig. There you are. That is incredible. You know how many girls are in pageants and they don't win?
I know.
And you're a winner.
Not to win. It really does suck not to win. Like I'm so sweet and humble, and I really hate that we can't all be the winner, but someday we will all be the winner. You know what I mean?
And now you're one of the winners, and you're representing Evansville, Indiana. How has Evansville shaped you?
Well, honestly, I was Miss River City Pride 2021. That was like the start of my pageantry world. And prior to that, I wanted to leave and get out and go to a bigger city. But I realized that in my city, I was a light and a beacon, and it showed me community. And I literally show up as much as humanly possible. I have one pair of black heels that I love to perform with when I'm performing on concrete. And that's what we usually do. And when we're out in the streets, you know, performing, and I've been through my third pair. So my heels are always on the pavement working.
Girl, what is the greatest advice you would tell anybody who wants to follow in your footsteps?
Read the rule book and reach out to your current reigning so that they can give you advice, because obviously they know a thing or two about what you're doing.
What is the greatest advice you would tell them, though?
The greatest advice is just believe in yourself. Mm-hmm. And one thing I struggled with the night before final night, I knew that I was going to be answering the question, and Lizzie, one of the girls who was with us tonight, she had told KK, because she was very unconfident about herself one night. She said, "Girl, we hang out with bad bitches." And the only person who is not realizing you're a bad bitch is you. So you're missing the confidence. And KK told me that story, that we only hang out with bad bitches. So you need to just remember that, like, your confidence when you're up there. Because I was crying. I was like, I cannot let my community down. I cannot go home a loser. Like, I have to win this pageant. And I went up there and I just remembered what KK told me. And I was like, okay, let's do it.
And you looked and you made it look so easy.
Thank you.
I was staring at you and you looked like you were just flying. And trust me, I was completely sober. So I was really soaking you in. And I was like, look at her just go.
Thank you.
Which was your favorite part of the whole pageant for yourself?
My favorite is presentation. That is the Death Becomes Her look. When I turned around and revealed the muscle side of my gown, I heard a former America's Bearded Queen, Natalia Master, she said, "Shut up." And that is like, that would live rent free in my mind. But I just felt so puss modeling that garment. Like my hair had the swirls, the red jewelry. The mug was correct. Yeah. It was everything.
You know, there were moments in the page. I don't know if it was Mitchell that was screaming at you like, yes, Pat.
Oh, yes, for sure. It was Mitchie.
I could see it giving you wings.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Straight up. So thank you for doing that. I was looking, and whenever they were, Pat.
Honestly, that's so important for anybody who's competing. Like, even if it's not me up there, I would hope that, like, my entourage, like, it's so important to cheer for everyone because, seriously, that really does make you feel like $1 million. Even if you don't have money to tip when you're out and about, just scream for the girls. They'll love it.
That's right. Yeah. And now you have $1 million as the next America's Bearded Queen.
I wish.
What will you be investing with your first $1 million?
I'm just going to continue to invest in my drag. You know, I have promos that I have to produce, and I want to like have new looks for every time I am like seen. You know what I mean? So
I know that's right. And speaking of being seen, what is the next thing for you now that you've accomplished this? What's next?
I actually don't start until like March-ish with my prelims, but I just plan to like focus on like promos and just social media.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
You're like, girl, I haven't even started.
Yeah. Right. We don't really physically start like pageant season until like the spring. So I won't really have any traveling to do until then. But I mean, one thing we're doing in our city, we always do an AIDS holiday benefit. So we will be doing that like in the beginning of December, but just local stuff and regional like shows and different things like that.
What are the perks of winning America's Bearded Queen? For all the kids that want to do this and follow in your beautiful footsteps, what do you win?
Well, obviously you win this beautiful crown, but it's more than just like a crown, honestly. It's a platform. Me personally, I'm really big into fundraising and doing a lot of things for my community. So I get to be like an advocate for my community, but on a larger platform. So, I mean, that's probably honestly the biggest perk of being like a national entertainer is just being able to travel the world, essentially, to all the different prelims and like share your message and share your art.
That sounds like a lot of fun to be able to just travel everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you been around the entire country before?
I have chipped off quite a few states, but I am going to get to New Orleans this year.
Oh, it's great. You're going to love
it.
Girl. They have Southern Decadence, which is the biggest gay South festival in all the land. Yeah, hopefully they book you for that.
That would be sickening.
That would. Speaking of sickening, what is the grossest thing you've ever seen backstage at a pageant?
Oh, God.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I do. Because I've heard rumors that some of the girls don't wash their padding. What is the nastiest
I wouldn't
thing?
say that you see a lot of nasty things, but you do smell some things. I made sure that I washed my garments before I came.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
There is like a recipe with like vodka and water that you can spray on them, and it eliminates the odors, too.
Oh, wow.
Stronger than Febreze.
Is it true that the padding is furniture padding?
Not mine. I purchased mine from Patrick Howe. He was actually the designer for all my garments this year. And they're called patty pads. And it's and honestly, underneath, it's just shorts that you pull up and there's like foam in there.
Oh, okay.
But when I first started, of course, I got my pads from a couch that I found on the side of the road.
Hello.
I let it dry out and all that stuff and like sprayed it with alcohol and killed the germs. And then we took a turkey carver and cut out the shape of Africa so it'd be your hips and ass. And yeah.
And now she said, baby, I don't have to do that no more.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello. I
It's
get
worth
mine.
the investment. Message Patrick Howe. He's the original. He's an Emmy Award-winning designer. He will get you right with your body. So
I love that. Paris, last but not least, because I know this is going to be your reign. This is incredible. Finish the sentence. Paris Stars is
America's Bearded Queen. Wow. 2025.
That is amazing. KK, how did it feel seeing your friend win?
I'm kind of similar to what she said. It was like an outer body experience. I was live on Facebook.
You were.
I was, because so many people back home. Really, she has such a supportive group of like a tribe back in Evansville and our surrounding area. It's overwhelming. And they were all like, who's going to go live? How can how can we watch? So I was live and I was trying to whisper. I didn't want to be too loud, so I'm whispering up on the phone. And I was like, oh my God, you
watching the live back is so funny.
Yes, and hearing me. Yes, it was amazing and well worth it because, I came last year with her and watched her work so hard and literally at the last minute did not win, but did become first alternate. And I was like, you have to go back and do that again because you're going to win it.
Mm-hmm. And she did.
I know. And honestly, this last year has been really amazing watching her grow. Not just her attitude grow, because she has a beautiful heart and already has a great attitude. But it's really hard when someone's a sore loser. Mm-hmm. And she was not at all. She was of course she had her tears and stuff and she cried.
We had a
and she was sad. Of course she was sad and questioning everything. But she didn't let it stop her and coordinated. I don't even know how many benefit shows you had, Paris.
We had 3.
3? Yeah. I thought it was more than that.
The roast was the biggest one. That was so much fun. I actually dressed KK up in drag.
Yes.
Oh. And
I did drag.
She waited until the last minute per usual. But I wanted her to have big drag hair. I was like, if you're going to do it, bitch, you better do it right.
Right.
So she did have everything together except for the hair, but her hair was cute.
It's iconic. My wig was awesome.
So
it was on sale for $20 too, so that made it even better. But yeah, it was wonderful because you see the end result, that she won and she was crowned, and knowing that she deserved it and she worked so incredibly hard.
Yes.
But knowing her as a person makes it even better. Because that's my bestie. That's my bitch right there.
And you really are an elevated Queen Paris. You are. In the realm of drag, you really are an elevated queen.
Thank you.
You never went through a busted phase in your entire career.
I absolutely went through a busted phase.
Did you?
Yeah.
How long did that last?
I look back even at 2016 and I'm just like, oh God. And I thought I was the cat's meow then. But now, I don't know. Our pictures that we took, I haven't posted them yet, but girl, slayed.
Yes.
Well, the makeup, everything looks right. Speaking of wigs, do you make your own wigs?
It's a mixture. My roommate, Mitchell, he styles up my wigs. But this wig I'm wearing right now is little ponytail wigs that you would find at Kmart or at Walmart. I actually got them from Shein. But there's these little claws in them, and I break the claws out and take the little drawstring out and then sew them together like a little rug. And then we just pin it in my hair and he jacks it up.
Random question, but do y'all still put powder in wigs to keep them fresh?
Maybe some people do, but I don't.
And I asked because I was looking at the history of wigs, and did you know people wore wigs back then because they had lice and bugs? And so, we look at back then oh, how beautiful, all those shows, time period shows. They romanticize it. But if we could go back in time, the hallways had poop in them.
Ooh.
They had pee in them, and people had lice falling out of their hair.
Ooh.
Did y'all know that?
No.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
I would think that, are you talking baby powder?
They would put powder in their wigs back in the 1600s, 1700s. They would use fats, oils and fats. So can you imagine with the heat,
I
know that
grease?
it smelled like Okeechobee.
It did.
Wild.
Yes, it would the sweating, when you sweat, it would make a paste, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and so they would put on also white makeup back then because they had STDs, and so the STDs would leave craters in their face, and so they would put on makeup to hide it, and the makeup had lead in it. So it's making you look worse. So they would put on more and more and more. Next thing you know, it's like icing on a face. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is history about wigs and all that for all those that want to know.
I did not know that.
Yes, and speaking about urination and defecation. KK, before the show started, you were telling us you had a story about an accident that happened in your life.
Yes.
Girl, spill all the juice.
Oh.
Brought to you by Charmin.
Yes, how did we even get to talking about this? How did we? I don't know. I guess it really doesn't matter. Well, I was telling him about one time that I my pants.
Oh, God.
Gosh.
For all you that can relate.
Lord help us.
I know. It is funny because I was just talking to Madison about it a couple days ago. I do not know why it got brought up, but yeah, I was in high school and I had to go. Nature was calling.
Yes,
and I was in homeroom, and you just don't ask. You have homeroom for like 10 minutes, and you don't ask to leave during those 10 minutes. But he let me leave, and he let me go, and I went down and I went into the bathroom, and there was people in there smoking cigarettes.
Oh God.
And so yeah, we were talking about how it's like the anxiety of if you have to go and like in publicly, you don't, if somebody's in a stall, you don't want to go. Like it's like almost an embarrassment.
So taboo. It is.
It's like so taboo.
Which is silly because we all do it.
I know, but in school,
right.
Oh, no.
Nobody ever boo-boos in school.
Oh no.
True.
No. So I just go down to I went up the stairs to another bathroom. Well, then the bell rang. So then everyone was in the bathroom.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, oh my God. I'm trying to wait. Well, my house was like a block and a half away from high school. And so I thought, I'm just going to go home. Like, I'm just going to skip class and I'm just going to go home. Like, I can't. Like, and my bag was in my homeroom still because he just came. I still had the hall pass. And on the way down the stairs, I myself.
Oh no!
I didn't make it home.
Oh,
what makes it even crazier is my little sister was playing hooky that day, so she was at home. I thought I'm going home to an empty house. I forgot that she was skipping school, and I go running in there and I'm just crying. She goes, "What's the matter? Like, what's wrong, KK?" And I go, "I just." My pants.
What a stink of it.
Oh my God, it happened. This was high school.
Yes, I did this in high school. It was my senior year.
No one ever found out.
No, now everybody's gonna know.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Hi,
well, my sister
Evansville.
knew. Right. And it's funny, over the years, my sister would always say, "Oh, tell your story how you pants."
Oh my gosh. Well, that's gonna get you a really good man, honey.
There's somebody sitting around right now going, I knew it was her.
I knew it was her. Yeah, because I am still single.
What if a guy came up to you and said, "I just want you to know I just my pants"?
Girl, some people are into scat.
Oh,
They
come on.
are.
That's weird.
They are. Have you ever had anybody hit you up in your inbox?
Absolutely not.
Nobody ever saying, "Honey, I will give you $5,000."
I mean, if someone did, we can definitely talk about it.
Oh my!
Bro, for money, yes.
Right.
I have a pageant to pay, or not a pageant to pay for, but a reign to pay for.
I've never. I think one of the accidents I had in school was I was in kindergarten and I had to pee really bad, KK, and I was scared of the teacher because she used to hit me on the head. Looking back, that was child abuse.
Yes,
but I didn't want to bug her, and in my little kinder mind, I thought, well, if I pee, it'll secretly trickle down my leg like through a little pipe and land in a puddle, and then I'll blame it on somebody else. So it didn't work out like that.
Yeah.
I let it rip. I couldn't hold it. My whole pants got wet. Then I was so embarrassed, and I'm sitting there, and finally she saw. She had boxes of clothes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember.
No, I remember.
She had boxes of clothes, and I had to change and all that. But yeah,
Dude,
I peed my pants
I
in
never knew
kindergarten.
that story.
Really?
I never knew that story.
Yeah,
I
in my
thought I was
mind-
the only one that I peed at school.
You peed your pants?
Yeah.
I didn't know you peed your pants.
See, look at that. We're learning something new.
Yeah.
today.
Oh
See,
my God.
he's being smart. He's getting ahead of it before the media finds out.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
No, I'll share.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll share.
What's your pee
I
story?
was in the second grade. Same thing. Teacher was really strict. Did not want to let anybody go. She was like, "No one's leaving this classroom."
Right.
And I was raising my hand and I was like waving it like, "Please, please, I've got to go, got to go, got to go." And then body just couldn't
Let it
hold
go.
it anymore. And I just sat there and cratered. I was so embarrassed. And then finally everyone leaves because it's the next period. And I'm just sitting there and she's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I told you I had to go to the bathroom."
Oh,
And that's what mom had to come.
I hope that teacher feels so horrible.
Yep.
I bet mom was mad.
Yes, she was.
Who was the teacher?
Nah, we'll talk about it later.
I was gonna say, oh my, that got
Well, shame on that
good.
teacher.
Dang, dude, I never knew that.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah,
I never
it
knew
happened.
your
Yeah,
story.
she
so there
used
you
to-
go. You're not alone.
I am not. Thank God, I am not alone.
The
Yeah.
teacher, we would be taking tests, and she would come and look at everybody's answer, and if the answer was wrong, she'd thump you real hard on the head.
Yep.
That was my
gosh.
kinder teacher.
We sure did have corporal punishment.
Oh yeah. No, we
when
did
I
too.
was little, the teachers would paddle us.
Did you ever get a paddling?
I did. I almost did in first grade. I
Do
got
you-
threatened. It was like pointed in my face.
Do you pay for it now as an adult?
But I didn't get
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
That's a yes.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So no, I was the school that I went to, I was in first grade. It was on a busy road, and the windows were there. And every time an ambulance or a fire truck or something would come by, we would all stand on our chairs and look and stuff. Well, I must have missed the memo because she told us that if any of us did that anymore, that we would get paddled, and 2 of us did. And I remember the ambulance came by and I just immediately started jumping up in the chair, and I wondered why no one else was. And everyone was looking at me like I was crazy. Like, bitch, what are you doing? Like, do you not know you're getting ready to get whooped? And she called me out to the hallway and she, threatened to whoop me if I would do it again.
Was she an older teacher?
She was.
Them old teachers were something else, weren't they? With that big bouffant hair.
Yes.
Yes, and they smelled like cigarette.
Yeah.
They did.
She did smell like cigarettes.
I bet.
I remember her.
Yeah, I bet her walls were yellow at home, full of tar and
Some of them nails.
We had a teacher.
Yes.
We had a
Plus
teacher.
with chalk.
He was like, if any of y'all need a fart in this class, you need to raise your hand.
Oh,
and so I knew this little guy, he was like the class clown. He would raise his hand and he'd go out into the hallway and start making fart noises. It was everything. No matter how old you get, fart noises are the best. They are. They are. It happens. So KK.
Yes, baby.
Last time you were here a year ago, honey, I think you were seeing somebody special. Are y'all still together?
I wasn't seeing anybody.
You were talking to somebody.
Weren't you having little...
Oh, yes, I was.
Yes.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Yes.
So, no.
What happened?
It just did not, yeah.
It
just did
fizzled
not.
out.
It did.
Did you dress up for Halloween this year?
I didn't because, and I don't know that y'all want to talk about this, but my dog died on Halloween.
Oh.
So, yeah. And we don't have to talk about that because I do want to keep the mood upbeat. But
yeah. I'm sorry, babe.
Yeah, that's okay.
If you had dressed up for Halloween, what would you have been?
I'm not sure because one year I dressed up as Paris.
Oh, hey.
It was amazing.
What was your drag name?
Paris.
Paris.
Oh,
I dressed up
wow.
as Paris.
Oh, hello.
I went to the Halloween store and got, like fake beards and mustaches and made my beard and everything and tried to do my makeup just like her.
Oh, that is
got a
great.
wig, an outfit, everything. And I think, Lizzie, are you the one that drew the stars on me? Stars on my face?
I used to
star on
have
my
little
face.
star mows that I would do.
I use stars for my acne.
Oh, me too. I love those. Those are amazing.
Acne patches. I know. They kind of burn the skin though, so be careful. It can leave like a little stain.
Oh.
It can't.
It's happened to me.
KK, I ask about Halloween because are you very familiar with the Star Trek universe?
I'm not.
So there's a character called Spock, and I'm looking at you and I'm like, you would make a really badass Vulcan as a female.
Really?
Look at her.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That or a Romulan.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to have to do that next year.
Yes,
You're gonna
you
have to.
should.
For sure.
Your eyebrows will have to be diagonal and all the way up to here, and then pointy
No
ears.
problem.
You would turn the party.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good
Michael
idea.
actually had the pleasure of interviewing the legendary Leonard Nimoy right before he passed away.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Some
That
say
is
we caused it.
amazing.
Oh,
But I don't know. That's a jury's still out.
do you like extra crispy or original recipe KFC?
I don't like KFC.
Church, you're a Church's girl.
I don't eat chicken on a bone. I'm a real picky eater.
Oh,
Do you pick
I'm
it- do you pick-
ridiculous. I get on my own nerves.
I'm the same way though. Do you pick it out with your fingers? Is that if you do
I
have to eat
just-
chicken?
Oh, no.
You just decide not to do it.
I will only eat skinless, boneless breast chicken.
KK, there
And I
are
won't eat it on a
people-
bun either.
Yeah,
Okay.
It has to be in something.
Yeah.
there are people that if there's bones in the chicken, it grosses them the heck out.
Oh, it grosses me out.
Really?
It really does. I can't eat it.
So if we were dying on an island, and I said, "Do you want a big chicken breast from KFC, Colonel Sanders' original recipe?"
Oh, I would definitely say yes. I would definitely say yes. I'm starving. But yeah. But an onion, no. I would say, no, you go ahead and keep that onion.
You don't like onions?
No.
Oh my gosh.
And no
have we
type of bean.
Have we told the story about the onions and the spaghetti?
What in the world?
I think we were in North Carolina, weren't we?
I actually think it was New York. We went to Maggiano's.
Are you sure that it
Or
wasn't
not New York.
Or-
It was Washington, D.C.
Okay.
We went to Maggiano's and KK ordered spaghetti and she loves spaghetti. It's like her favorite.
It's my all-time
and
fave.
she asked the waiter if there was no onions and the waiter said no.
Oh.
But then KK at the time used to smoke cigarettes. Now does
You don't
not
smoke anymore?
cigarettes.
I quit
She
smoking.
That's incredible.
But
Brought to you by Marlboro.
Right.
But then she went outside to smoke at the time. And then the waiter came back and she was like, I actually found out there's an onion blend in the sauce. And I said, well, do you think that she will notice that it's in there? And the server was like, no, let me double check. And then KK was still outside smoking. She came back again and she's like, no, it's like blended in. So I was like, oh, she'll be fine. So then the waiter brings the spaghetti out. KK is mealing down. She is like literally like, this is the best spaghetti I've ever had out in a restaurant. It tastes just like mine at home and all this stuff.
It did.
And then I was like, KK, would you ever eat onions if you didn't know it was in a dish? And she said, well, I mean, I guess I would, but I wouldn't want to. And I said, because there was onions in your spaghetti.
Yes. Did me like that.
And then she like started to pick through and she was like, oh my God, I cannot believe I just ate onions.
I was
burst
mortified.
the bubble.
Yeah.
I was mortified. And then and they were so tiny, but I found them, but I started picking them out.
So really, she likes onions. She don't like the look or texture of onions.
Do you like Funyuns?
No.
Ooh, they're my favorite.
Not even Funyuns?
They're so fun.
Do you like garlic?
I love garlic.
So what is wrong with onions? Because I feel like onions and garlic are cousins.
And I think they are too. I don't know. Maybe it's the texture.
Uh-huh.
The smell bothers. I don't like the smell of them.
You know, some
I think
men,
they smell like BO.
Paris stars, the entire United States of America that is watching right now, all 300 million viewers, wants to know what is the wildest place Paris has ever gone on a date and then on an after date.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Honestly, I don't really go on a lot of dates. Like, to be
What
honest.
is a perfect date for Paris stars?
Girl, I'm trying to go on a cruise. So
She said, "Fuck the date."
like wealthy men out here that want to take me on a date.
That's right.
Did the inbox blow up after your win?
Girl, it's been crazy. I can't reply to everyone. It's been,
Really?
We've just been doing a lot. But once I'm on my way back home and someone else is driving, or when I get home, we'll get back to all those messages.
Are you single currently right now?
I am.
What kind of guys do you like, Paris stars?
I don't discriminate, but I like masculine, like daddies. You know what I mean?
Are you related to Eric Starr?
I think we're cousins. You know, I just have the R. She has the Z.
The Z,
Yeah,
yes.
period.
Yeah, say baby mama. Yeah. Yeah. So you're not a picky star.
I'm not.
She likes all the
And
colors
honestly,
of the rainbow.
I would just need someone who's like genuine and sweet. You know what I mean? To
What
match
is
my
the
energy.
sweetest thing anyone's done for you on a date?
I don't honestly, I don't go on dates. Like, I really don't.
When's the last time?
I would probably say it's been like 6 years ago since
Wow. You want to know a fun fact?
What?
I've never been on a date.
I know. It's
Ain't
just
that
not something that
crazy?
I feel like, unless you're like, I don't know, like, I feel like queer people don't really go on a lot of dates.
I've never been on a real date where someone picks me up and they want to take me to like Spaghetti Warehouse or something.
Like on Grindr, it says dating under like most people's subscription or like description or whatever, but we all know like
It ain't a date.
That is not a date.
It's not a date.
But the craziest plays, like, I mean, you just never know.
They just want to eat cake all night,
Yeah.
you know, and then go home with stank breath, upper lip.
We went on dates. I mean, we dated. Like, actually went on dates.
How many dates did you go on, Eric Starr?
We did it for like 3 months.
Well, they still go on dates.
Yeah.
Y'all still keep the flame and everything
I love
alive.
that.
That's what America wants
Yeah.
to know. How do you keep the flame alive?
What? It's been like 10 years.
Gee.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It just-
eternity in the game.
That
That is
is.
like forever.
No, it's
Round
just-
of applause for that.
Oh,
for sure.
My gosh.
yeah. I mean, it was very easy since the like very jump. So, I mean, like the same things. I mean, just schedule date nights and everything. So,
Do you still get the butterflies?
yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I just want everybody to know how long a decade is.
10 years.
Let's imagine we're in the year 2000 and I'm telling you, girl, these shoes are from 1990.
Throw them out.
Let that sink in how
Right.
wild that is.
That
Honey,
is crazy.
dial up internet.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Those AOL discs they used to send in the mail.
You got me.
I know y'all used to
Oh,
use those. You
yes.
get 84 hours of free internet. Mitchell, what were you watching with your 84 hours of free AOL internet?
Probably the Cheetah Girls.
She said, ah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. MSN Messenger. Yahoo.
How old are you, babe? 30.
Yeah, you're old enough.
Okay, so you did grow up with Raven Simone and all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like Jonas Brothers, Raven, Cheetah Girls, Demi Lovato,
With
Selena
Schoolhouse
Gomez.
Rock.
Those characters, those people are your core childhood. Miley Cyrus.
Oh,
Damn,
yes.
that's interesting.
Our best friend song is True Friend from the Hannah Montana soundtrack.
Wow.
Yes.
Can I tell y'all, when that was popping, all that, I would see it. I'd go to my best friend's house and it was always on TV because of his younger brother. But when I would look at it, I always felt, I kind of like that's the younger kid stuff. I felt like I had aged out of all of that. But it's interesting. That was your thing. That was the people. Who's your favorite out of all the Disney folks? Raven Simone.
Yeah, I really was obsessed.
Between Raven Simone and Miley Cyrus. Raven.
Over Miley?
Wow.
Wow.
Raven is pretty sickening. And she's queer, so we love her.
Out of Raven Simone and Selena Gomez, who?
Raven.
Raven again.
Selena for me.
Selena
No,
Gomez.
If you ask Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato and Raven Simone, who?
Demi.
Wow.
Demi.
And she looks really good these
She
days
does.
too. Man.
She does.
Well, dude, but we didn't have cable when we were kids.
No, we did not.
So we didn't get to watch Disney Channel.
No, we were learning stories from Wishbone. Do y'all remember Wishbone?
That's right. We
The
were
dog.
PBS.
Y'all don't remember Wishbone the dog?
Yes.
And I remember like reading Rainbow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Magic School Bus.
Yes.
Arthur.
Yes. Speaking of dates, Marcos, we are joined today by up and coming future judge here in Dallas of Precinct 5, Place 2.
Correct.
The one and only my brother. Yes, I have a brother, Marcos Soto, everybody.
All right.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Marcos, thank you for joining us here at Afternoon Rehab.
Thank you for having me.
The after hour AA meeting. Yes.
He's here to keep the peace.
I'm keeping the peace. I'm keeping the peace. Everybody calm down.
I wish we had a boom spotlight on you. We go dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
We are gonna bust the almighty interview politician style, and I'm gonna ask you a question, and then anybody want to ask a politician, future judge, a question.
By the way, he's not lying. We actually are brothers. This
are.
is not a radio gimmick
Yes.
right here.
Yes. He's the straight one, and I don't know what happened to me. Honey. Something happened.
We balance each other out.
Michael, do you have some ominous music?
How about the
let me see.
the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
You read my mind. That's exactly what I'm
I'm
pulling
on the
up.
hot seat.
Yeah.
Welcome to
That's a good Regis Philbin right there.
Here we go.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
That's pretty good.
Future judge of Precinct 5, Place 2 in Dallas, Texas, Marcos Soto. For the people who may be hearing your name for the first time, who is Marcos Soto, and what makes you the kind of judge Dallas can believe in?
You want to phone a friend?
No, that's a fantastic question. So, who am I? I'm a local Dallasite. I mean, this is exactly how I answer this question. I answered it previously. I'm the son of an immigrant father, the son of a civil servant mother, and I'm the byproduct of parents that didn't have opportunities, and they knew that they didn't have those opportunities, and so they stressed that Chris and I would not have their same kind of lives. And ever since we were kids, we were always encouraged to do our best. And my mom was such a disciplinarian, so was my dad, and that kept us on the straight and narrow in terms of staying out of trouble. Like, we never did drugs, we didn't run around with gangs, we didn't do anything that would jeopardize our future. And so ever since I was a kid, it was always about try your best, be a good kid, and work hard, work towards whatever goal you wanted. And so, like, as I've grown up, I've had these inflection points that I would tell people that kind of guided where I am today. The first was joining Talented and Gifted as a kid in middle school. The second was going to, as in elementary. And the second was going to middle school that allowed me to explore different careers. Longfellow, shout out to Longfellow Academy here in Dallas.
Hey.
And then the third was going to two different high schools, Science Engineering Magnet and Hillcrest High School, where I got to meet a teacher that said, I know that you're a really smart kid. I know that you like history. For the love of God, don't study history as a major unless you're going to go for the PhD. And at that point, I mean, you're 16 years old. What do you know? What are you going to do with your life? Nothing, right? But you don't know yet. But at 17, I had a teacher, Coach Walther, who was like teaching U.S. government. And there was something about that just like clicked. And from that moment, I was like, I'm going to be a political science major. I really am. I want to know this mechanism that we're dealing with every single day, right? Like every single day you watch the news and people are wondering what the hell's going on. It's because they don't know civics anymore. Mm-hmm. They don't know a basic understanding of the way things function. People don't even know what the concept of federalism is. And just in short, it means that we have multiple tiers of government. You've got multiple representatives. And at the end of the day, all politics, like they say, is local. Mm-hmm. I'm running for this office because it's on the ground level. You can engage with the people in the most direct kind of way. Mm-hmm. A justice of the peace is just that. It's the ground level judge where everyday people can come in and air their grievances and have a neutral person decide who's right and wrong. And at the end of the day, I think that people just want to be heard, right? Mm-hmm. They want to have their day in court. They want to speak their piece, and then they want to know that there's a resolution. And so after I, left college, I worked for a labor union, and in 2 years, well, let me back up. Labor unions essentially represent people that are the working class, right? They're not very strong in the South. They're not very strong in Texas, but we were building towards something called a project and trying to get a local established, which is where you have enough membership where you can negotiate with the administration. And I did this in the education sphere. Well, we also represented teachers when they got in trouble. And in 2 years, I had 12 cases, and the cases that were assigned to me were taken care of by higher ups, but I worked with them and I didn't lose a single one. So you're talking about spotless record, 12 for 12. And that really was like the galvanizing moment where I was like, what am I going to do with my life, man? I think that I need to go to public affairs school or law school. And I think at the end of the day, I just trusted my gut and I went into law. Mm-hmm. Now, hasn't been sunshine and rainbows. It was difficult. But I mean, I overcame that adversity and I started my career as a personal injury attorney and have now since pivoted to commercial litigation. So just business transactions and those kinds of disputes. But I guess that's a really long-winded way of saying like I'm an everyday person that is doing the best that they can in the career that they've chosen. And, now this is the next endeavor as part of this thing that we call life, man.
Now, I've known you for a long time.
Yes, sir.
I think we're getting close to, a couple of years here. Will probably be 20 years I've known you.
Pretty much.
When Chris told me that you were running for judge, it took me by surprise for a second. And then I'm like, but it also makes sense.
Sure.
So what was the turning point for you to become like, hey, I want to do judge? Because I knew you had passed the bar.
Right.
And you were doing really well with that. But then all of a sudden to make the leap from that to judge, I was just like, wow. But it makes sense because you have this judge aesthetic, I guess, about you.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do. I mean, sometimes people see things in you that you don't even know that are there, right? Mm-hmm. So I'll tell you exactly, because again, it's a series of dominoes that kind of fall and you don't know when the first one gets pushed. But I tell you what, just a few years ago, about 2-3 years ago, I made the acquaintance of a really great friend of mine. She's actually one of my best friends. Her name's Priscilla Villarreal. And she was the president of this organization here in Dallas called the Mexican American Bar Association, which essentially advocates for people that are of Mexican American backgrounds, but it's really for everybody. Mm-hmm. But that was the original mission. It got started back in the day, a few decades ago, fizzled out, and now it's back in its modern iteration. So I kept running into her and meeting her in different places, and she's like, you know what, man, you're pretty cool, but I need you to kind of step up. Why don't you become part of the organization and add to this collective voice? Because of her, I got involved in the Mexican American Bar Association, and through that organization, I became an officer this year. I'm actually the treasurer this year for 2025, and I'm trying to run again for 2026. Well, as part of that organization, Michael, there was a separate organization called the Callejo Boteo Leadership Academy. And this foundation was founded a decade ago to try to get Hispanic folks, which are historically underrepresented in every facet of government, to step up and essentially take an ownership of filling those roles. we have two fantastic directors, Rebecca Acuna and Monica Lira Bravo, who put this academy back together again and opened up applications. I applied on a whim because I'd heard about it. I think Priscilla actually encouraged me to apply. I didn't even know that she was going to apply, man. And the academy teaches you how to run a campaign, any kind of campaign, if you have the aspirations to run for higher office. And it was broken up into 4 different seminars through the year, this year. It started in January, February, I believe. And then, every other month we would have another seminar, which was all weekend long. We had all kinds of important people come and visit us from around the state, Washington, D.C., all this kind of stuff. And it was wildly inspirational. But to cut to the chase, they asked us, when you think, who's a judge or who's a politician, there's an immediate thought that comes to your mind. You think of a person or a type of person.
Judge Judy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's a very specific
Well, I think
kind
of
of
Judge
thing.
Steve Harvey myself.
There's no better judge.
Right.
than Steve Harvey.
one better.
After my case, I agree with you.
Do you remember Jerry Springer tried being a judge?
I do remember
Yes.
that. I do
He
remember
did.
that. So, I mean, that's a really vivid kind of thing that pops into your head. Well, what they did, they put a little presentation for us, and they're like, okay, you think that they've got to have this background and that kind of level of education and that kind of resume. And they started putting these politicians up local from the Metroplex here in DFW. And they're like, what if we told you this guy only has a high school diploma?
Oh my God.
What if we told you that this person studied like geography or geology in undergrad, right? And now they're a state rep. What if I told you that this person right here was like a single parent and they just went for it and they got elected? And what if I told you this person is in their seat because nobody else ran against them because no one decided to run? So it was an
And
automatic.
that's a big problem too, right? That's kind of the root of it.
That
no
can't
one else
happen.
thinks that they can do it, so no one does it.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
And after that happened right there, that really showed us, everybody, and I say us because I was one of 12 fellows that got picked for this academy. It showed us that we've worked so hard in our respective endeavors, not just law, because it wasn't just lawyers. We had entrepreneurs, we had teachers, we had associate professors, we had business people, entrepreneurs. It was fantastic. I apologize if I repeat myself, but everyone came from different backgrounds, and it really just showed us, if you want it, you've got to just go for it.
Right.
You've got to go for it. You can't be scared. And I'm not trying to be political, although I do have, my leanings here, and I'm happy to share them with you. But when you look on the news and you're like, that person is a moron, or that person is so woefully underqualified, those people get into positions of power because they're willing to take the leap no matter what you think about them. And then other people believe in them. And then they get elected into office, and then they're making policy decisions that affect everyday people every single day. And people wonder, well, why are things so bad? Or why can't we get this done? Well,
Because
who did you put in power?
The lady who eats moose.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm like, dang.
Yeah, exactly. And so to answer your question, Michael, it's the people around us that really kind of held the mirror up and said, look at what y'all have done. Y'all are incredible. Y'all are so hardworking. You need to take the leap. So this position that I'm running for right now is an open seat, or will be an open seat, because the good judge that has been there for over 30 years. He's done his time. He's given service to the community here in Oak Cliff, Pleasant Grove, Farmers Branch area. Precinct 5 looks like an H if you look at it from a map. It goes all the way from North Dallas, Farmers Branch area, all the way down south, curves around downtown, and goes into the southeast part of town called Pleasant Grove. He's given a lot. And so he's earned his time to say, you know what, I'm stepping away.
Yeah.
It's time for someone else. And when I heard about that, I had to pray on it. I did my homework on it. And that's when I decided to make the leap. And here I am.
Wow.
When
Yes.
I decided that I was going to do America's Bearded Queen, I watched this TikTok video of this woman who won a lot of stuff. And she said, if you want something, you literally have to visualize yourself in that moment winning.
Absolutely.
So visualize yourself winning and being elected, because you will be the next judge in
Thank
the
you.
district.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You're absolutely right.
Period.
If you don't believe in yourself, why are other people going to believe in
Right.
you?
Exactly.
You have to believe
Exactly.
in yourself.
And even if you have a machine behind you, a big ass team making you something. If you don't believe in yourself, that machine is for nothing. It's just all falls flat.
Absolutely.
Well, when I think of a judge, I think of somebody who listens, right? Because that's a big thing. You got to listen to the case. You got to. There's nobody better in listening than Marcos here. He was telling us stories about stuff that I forgot that we were doing 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
But he remembers those details. And then also somebody that's fair. You have to be fair. You have to be like, look, you can't just... And then, of course, the law. Of course, that's a part of it as well, I think. Absolutely. I don't know. We weren't on a real court show, so I don't know. But, that I feel like you have all those attributes.
Well, I appreciate that.
So I think you'd be a great judge.
Well, thank you. And I mean, my current position right now as a commercial litigator, our firm does both plaintiff's work, right? That's the person that feels that something is wrong and they want to sue someone. And we also do defendant's work. So I see both sides every single day in my job. And if you're going to have somebody that's going to be deciding, you want somebody that's seen both sides.
Yeah.
Because they know the law from both sides. Right. And so why wouldn't you have somebody that had that kind of experience? I think that if you're going to have someone in a position of authority to make those kinds of rulings, they've got to know the law. I'm an attorney running for this position. There are non-attorneys running for this position. And I think that's a huge distinction right there.
Absolutely.
Because this right here really is a filter for the next level of courts, which is the county courts here in Dallas County. And if you're going to get a ruling that's incorrect or inconsistent with the law, what are you going to do? You're just going to clog up the courts because the issue wasn't resolved. You know what I mean? And so I think that you have to be fair and you have to know the law, exactly like you said. And I think by virtue of my life experience and my current profession, I've gotten those skills organically. I've had to learn them. Otherwise, you can't be a good attorney, and you're certainly not going to be a good judge.
Well, let's put that to the test right now. We have Paris sitting here. Chris Sapphire, will you ask Paris a question, and then would you judge that, whatever our answer is?
Sure.
I ask Paris or Marcos asks Paris?
You can ask a question, Chris.
About anything.
Yeah.
You say the woman stole your brand new wig and then she punched you in your back booty cheek. Where were you when this happened?
Where was I? I would probably have to say the dressing room of S4, maybe.
Were you intoxicated?
I was not.
Were you inebriated?
I was not.
Were you exasperated?
I was exhausted.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I agree.
There you go.
Nicely done.
Do they really hound you with that many questions, like attorneys and stuff, when you're in court?
They can. I mean, questions can be asked by the judge, and the judge will often want to understand what your point is, especially if you're making an oral argument.
Let me interrupt you.
Go for it.
You know, when y'all watch judge shows or court shows, they're like, I object or whatever. When do you get to say that? Okay, so
first off, do you get to say that? That's great.
Yeah, you
do.
Yeah,
okay,
I can say that. So
say Eric's an attorney, you're an attorney,
sure.
And there's a judge over here listening to all the hoopla go down. When can you say I object? What is Eric doing that you can cut in like that?
So it depends on what he's doing. No, it really does. There are different types of objections, right? Let's say that we were having a trial here, right? And you've got a witness on the stand, and Eric is questioning that person, right? They're trying to get information out of him, right?
Miss Paris pads are not. they're actually furniture pads. Actually furniture.
That's right.
She's lying.
And she didn't get them made.
Right there.
On the
and
internet.
then calling my client a liar on the stand is argumentative, right? That's not. You're not trying to get information. You're just trying to be an asshole.
Yes.
And poke at the person. So at that point, you can say like objection, and then the judge is like, "What's your theory?"
Exhibit A.
It's argumentative.
I picture her pulling off the sofa off the street.
Does that work?
So it depends, right? Like the judge is the one that actually will decide if they will sustain saying, "Hey, you've made a good objection. Stop doing that." And they'll probably tell the other attorney, "Hey, move on or be careful." Or they'll say overruled.
Yeah.
Right? And that means that even though you objected to it, the judge doesn't think that it was enough of a violation of the behavior to warrant stopping them or giving them an instruction
Okay,
to,
yeah.
I feel like I
move it
should have
along.
came in here today dressed as Elle Woods.
Okay, that would have been
That
lit.
would've been fantastic.
That would have been lit.
One of my favorite things, though, if I must say, like when you watch those shows, I want y'all to pay attention to Law and Order or any other movie, right? And watch. One of the attorneys will say, "I object," and the judge will say, "Sustained" or "overruled." But they never actually give the theory as to why they're objecting after that. They just say, "I object," and that's it.
Oh, so you have to give a theory.
Okay,
You
so
have
in
to-
real
you
life,
have
you
to-
would have to.
Oh yeah, you have
Okay,
to. You
I
have
got
to.
you.
You have to explain the objection. Is the question asked and answered? Like, is it argumentative? Is it an improper type of question, like a leading question? You can't ask leading questions.
Oh, you get to say stuff like approach the bench,
You do have to actually say
contempt in court.
May I approach the bench?
That's so great.
If you're an attorney, you have to ask permission of the judge to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You can. So let's say that you want to show a piece of evidence. You have to lay a foundation. But if you're going to walk up to someone or present something to the judge, you have to ask permission. May I approach the witness? May I approach the bench? There's
That's
all
really
kinds
cool.
of decorum.
What is
Yeah.
it when you're badgering my witness? What does that mean?
Yeah, badgering the witness is like you are asking questions or you're doing a narrative kind of response that is over and beyond what you should to get the information. It's crossing over to a
Almost
an
like
area
harassment?
of harassment
Yeah.
and disrespect. Yeah,
Ah.
and so that's not what you want, right? You're there on a fact-finding mission. You want people to understand why are we even here. Right? Like, what's the purpose of this witness? Why are you asking them questions? And then if you are, like, why are you being an asshole about it?
Yeah.
That's not what
Why
you
you got to
want.
be like that?
So-
Exactly.
In court, what if somebody was like, well, Marcos, the truth does not exist. It's all subjective. What do you say to something like that?
I'm gonna.
It's all relative.
I'm probably gonna, ask the bailiff to remove that.
Do you know?
get out of my
That'd be Chris in court.
Has
actually.
anybody ever tried to bust a stunt like that? Well, truth is relative.
No, yeah. I mean, I won't reveal the case exactly, but we have a case at my firm right now where one of the parties believes that the law does not apply to her. She is an individual that has the thoughts that she is her own country, and therefore the Constitution does not apply, or certain parts of the Constitution do apply whenever she wants. She tried to make the judge recite her oath of office before she said anything.
Stop the madness.
Yes,
Are you
she
serious?
really did. And the judge had to tell her, you can check with the Secretary of
Yeah.
State or the county clerk. It's on file there right there. It's all public knowledge.
Lord.
And she's like,
Wow.
well, I accept that as your oath. Yeah, it was really bizarre. And when you deal with people like that, I mean, she just makes arguments that have no basis in law or fact, man.
Wow. Sounds like the state of our country right now.
I agree.
My goodness.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Well, speaking of the state of the country, Marco Soto, because you are running for judge, what is your hope for our country in the next 10 years?
The hope for our country is that we get back on track to some form of decorum and civility. I think that at the end of the day, we're all Americans, and you have to know how to talk to one another. I think the breakdown in communication in all relationships, right? Why do people say, oh, we've got to get a divorce? Because they didn't figure out how to keep talking to one another, right? The communication starts to break down long before you decide to end it, right? Or call it quits. Because then all kinds of fissures happen after you stop talking. Someone runs off with another person. They ignore their spouse. Well, think about it. We're all bonded together as Americans through a common purpose, and we all come from different parts of the world. My dad came from Mexico. Why did he come here? He came here because it was the dream, right?
Yeah.
America's the dream. Well, what is the dream? The dream is an amorphous, intangible type of thing. It can mean anything to anyone. I was 15 years old when I finally understood who my dad was as a man, beyond a father, right? Like a man, right? Because at first he's always going to be dad, but you don't get why your dad is like your dad. And I understood it. It happened like an epiphany. And I was like, my dad grew up in abject poverty on dirt floors, adobe brick house, and had to work the land. My grandpa needed him to work the fields. And yet with his limited foundation in terms of education, formal education, as the equivalent of the third grade education, he was able to somehow figure out how to make it in this world, get a job, work hard, buy a car, buy a house with my mom, meet my mom, have two boys, always put food on the table. If my dad, God forbid, but if he passed away today, that funeral home probably couldn't fit the amount of people that would come see him because of the way he's treated other people and the way he's connected to other people, right? We should all be that lucky. The reason I mention that is because when you do that and you come here and you give your all, that is what it's like to be an American.
Yes.
Because you've done all the things to make you a productive member of our society. So to go back to your question, what do I hope for? I hope that more people realize that immigrants are a strength, not a weakness. They give us diversity of thought, and that makes us better because we can keep having conversations about what's best for everybody. At the end of the day, you want a good future. You want a good paying job. You want the ability to do certain things, whatever those things may be to you. You want to go on vacation. You want to take your kid to Disney World. You want to be able to pay your medical bills. You don't want to be able to struggle. You want to buy a new car or a used car, right? Doesn't matter. The American dream is whatever you want it to be. But we got to learn to talk to one another again because just telling somebody to go themselves, shutting down, ignoring your neighbor. I just told you guys earlier today I had to go block walking. And it was so nice because I got to meet my neighbors. I got to meet people that live right next to me that I never see.
Right.
And I get to say, hello, my name is Marco Soto, and I'm running for judge. And I'm running for judge in this area, and I grew up in this area. And it's really nice to meet you. And I meant that sincerely because it really was. It was like meeting new people every single day. And we're just living our lives, and they live to the left and to the right of me. And it's really cool. So I hope that kind of answers your question.
Well, Mr. Rogers would be very proud of you.
It's so special to hear.
It really is. I can see you running for president, honestly, with all this. I mean, you're so young, you know. I mean, we're all getting older here, but, you know, at some point, you'll be 85 years old enough to run for president.
That's right.
And,
that's right. 85. That's
you know,
right. You got to be that old.
Right. And I could see you doing it. I mean, and by the way, what you said about your father, 100% agree. I had to study your father because I played him in a music video.
Oh, that's right.
I had to embody him in a music video. And,
oh my God!
I learned that about him in my studies.
That's
so.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
You know what? That was a perfect case study.
Yeah,
right
it was
there.
great. It was, but I've actually never met your dad. You guys' dad. I've never met him before. I met your mom a million times, but I haven't met your dad.
You've got to. He's
I would
a
love
great
to.
guy, man. He's a great guy. He'd welcome you. He'd say, "Are you hungry? I'll whip you up something to eat."
He'd be like, "You played me on TV."
Yeah, that's right. He would.
He'd actually ask you, "Is your family from Durango?"
Oh yeah,
Durango,
you
Mexico.
might actually say that too. Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, having met Chris and now your brother, I can for sure attest to, like, your parents being great parents because, like, me and my friends, me and Mitchell, we have talked about a million times of how special it's been meeting Chris and how authentic and real he is. And just seeing him walk out into, like, society, can talk to someone no matter what they were wearing or what background they came from. I know for sure that your parents are credible people. Like, there's no possible way that they are not special people.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
That.
When we were kids, my mom, when we were in school, she said, "You be nice to everybody."
And you are.
Remember?
Yeah. No.
She's like,
remember.
if they look different, if they have something that doesn't look like you're used to seeing, you still be their friend. And we carried that throughout our whole lives.
Yeah.
And I remember growing up, I never wanted to be a clique queen, part of any cliques. I would talk to everybody because everybody needs to be talked to.
Right.
And you never know who you impacted in school. There was a young lady, she used to have long hair and she would always have it in her face. And she was an emo girl. And I always spoke to her because I found her fascinating. Later on in life, as adults, we ran into each other at a store. And she came up and she said, "I just want to thank you for being so kind to me." And she had blossomed out of that phase. Her hair was up. She was wearing a floral dress.
Period.
And you just never know
Yes,
how
I
you're going to
love that.
impact somebody.
Yeah. That is so true.
How you speak about we need to learn to talk to each other. I want to piggyback off that and say I think people need to learn to see the humanity again in each other. You know, trans people are not an enemy.
For sure.
That's a human being first.
Correct.
Absolutely.
You know, and if anyone's going to be espousing anything related to Jesus Christ, he said to love your enemies.
Right.
You know, so if that person is an enemy to you in your spirit for God knows whatever reason
should
you
be there
conjured up,
supporting them.
you should love them. You really should. And maybe try to get to know a trans person or a gay person or a black person, a Hispanic person, another
Or an
white
immigrant.
person, an immigrant.
Yeah.
Empathy is not a weakness. It is the human brain picking up and mirroring what it could be to walk in another person's shoes and letting your spirit tell you for a second how that just might feel. And that's not a weakness. So don't let anyone ever make you feel bad that you're an empathetic person.
I couldn't imagine walking around without like being able to embrace life, like having like those walls up, like, oh, I can't talk to this person.
Right.
Like, it would just be so boring, like terrible, like miserable.
Right.
Seems miserable.
Very miserable. And as we speak right now here in Texas, they have just outlawed drag in some form or fashion. It had been deemed unconstitutional, and now it's been reversed. I don't know if you heard about this.
I did.
And so now the battle continues, America.
I was thinking on the way here, actually, we were speeding. I was like, girl, could y'all imagine if I got pulled over like this? I'd be like, I would be going to jail.
Or like in Texas.
Take that crown with you to that jailhouse.
Can you imagine my mugshot? Because you wouldn't be able to get my makeup off.
I know.
I think so painted in the jail, like...
Boom.
Yeah. And you know she'd post.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
She won the Page and went to prison.
I swear. Hopefully there's some good trade in there.
This has been amazing.
It really has.
Dreamers aspiring to dream and do. Any last words for the children of America, Paris stars that are looking at you?
You know, I'm of course going to tell you to follow me on social media at I Am Paris Stars. But I think that you should just, embrace life and not be a hater and just be a good person to everyone. Why
Absolutely.
not?
I love that. KK, any words to the women and the men of the world?
Oh, I know. The message I have for women out there is stop being so catty and hating on each other, because if we would support each other and love each other, we could rule this world.
I know that's
okay.
right. Mm-hmm.
Women are so powerful, and it's the cattiness and the hate and the jealousy. And not all women are like that. I'm certainly not. Like, I want to see my sisters win.
Yes,
I do. That is genuine. That's how I am. I want to see everybody win. But like, I do think that if people would quit being so jealous and catty, they could rule the world.
Their victory is not your loss.
Right.
And people think like that. Their victory is not your loss. It's just their victory. And one day you're going to have yours.
Or their shine doesn't dim yours.
That's right. Their shine doesn't dim yours.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's not a race. Yes. But there is something that I really do want to say before I go. Besides, thank you. And it's a pleasure to meet you and listen to you.
Likewise.
And good luck to
Thank
you.
you.
I think you can make a big difference. I can just tell. I agree with Billy or Paris that, knowing Chris for some years and now meeting you, I get it. Like, I love that. But I cannot leave without saying that I am a Gigi now.
Wow, congratulations.
Yes, my son and his wife had a baby.
Baby
Luca
awesome.
Pierre.
Wow.
Yeah, so cute too. Some babies, they look crazy when they
Yeah, but he really
Little
is
rats.
cute.
He is not a crazy looking baby.
Oh no, he is so cute.
Precious.
He is so sweet, and I miss him terribly.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'll be able to see him when I get back. But he is today the 8th?
Is that why you stopped smoking?
It is.
Is that really?
Yes,
Wow.
that's what I was gonna
She
say.
did it.
Wow. Oh, sorry. I ruined it.
Oh no.
But-
He's 3 months old today.
Wow.
Wow. Welcome to planet Earth.
That's awesome.
Yes. And I am Gigi. No one's allowed to call me Granny or Nana or Grandma or Mimi. No, I'm Gigi.
Yeah.
She is Gigi.
I am Gigi.
And sweetheart, when you see this video in the future, your hair looks great.
It is.
Your hair will always look great. And I'm sure it's been looking great. And don't forget to tell her, what do you want for Christmas
That's right.
in the future?
Yes.
How cool.
Luca is everything to me. I told my son, your kids are always like, you love your kids. They're always like number one to you. And I told my son, I said, Jordan, I do love you. You've been number one your whole life. But you are officially number two now. Luca has moved to the first space, and he just laughed his ass off. And he was like, you know what, Mom? As long as it's my son that's number one, I'm good with that. I said, now you're still number two, baby. But you are no longer number one, Luca is. And everyone always told me, like, when you become a Gigi, like, it is a completely different feeling than being a parent. And I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. Well, of course I love my son's child. Oh, no, it's indescribable. The love that I have. I did not know that I could love to that level.
Aww.
It is really, and I'm telling you, I did not know that my heart had the capacity to love to that level.
The bar has been raised now.
Yes, baby
Any
Luca
guys?
is everything.
Any guys that want KK now?
Yes, and you know what? I'm still single as can be.
And the bar has been raised though.
The bar has been raised.
Hello. I love that. Eric Starr.
Yeah, I'm sad to hear that the girls aren't going on dates. So can we bring that back?
Yeah, we can work on that.
Yeah, I need y'all to get off.
I'm gonna start telling people to go on dates.
Yeah, get off Grindr, get off Scruff, get off all that.
Scruff.
Yeah.
Oh.
What
And
scruff?
was it Scruff, right? Isn't it Scruff?
There's so many different.
Yeah,
apps
I
now.
think it is.
Yeah.
I think
Oh
it is.
wow! I've not heard of that one.
There's
Yeah,
sniffies.
sniffies.
Yeah. all
Okay.
that.
Yeah, and
What's the one the Republicans use?
Grindr.
The Grindr.
Yeah, Grindr
Seen that?
crash.
Have you heard that?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
goes out every time they all get together.
Where they all get together.
Straight
Yeah,
are so
wow.
silly. They know they are on Grindr. Like, stop hanging around.
Yeah, so get off the apps. And can somebody please ask out Miss Paris Stars on a date?
Exactly.
Aw.
Get to
My
know
number
each
is
other.
867-5309.
There you go.
But you know, like dating for dating men my age, like the men I want to date men around my age, and I'm 54. They do still go out on dates. They do. Not all of them, but they do, and I think that that's just because it's old school. But we do. We need to get back to dating.
Yeah.
And getting to know each other.
Yeah.
And like passing notes, will you go with me?
Well-
Circle yes or no.
And I mean, I'm
Oh, I love
basic.
that.
Like, let's go to dinner and a movie.
Yeah. I will
Or
say
for a walk.
I will say, KK, though, your list of things that you can't eat, it would no for
Right.
me.
Oh, yeah,
No date
it's
for me.
always-
I'm sorry.
I'm telling you.
No onions.
No onions, no
No
bone, no
onions.
chicken on the bone.
Right, my list of stuff that I like.
Just put those
is
chicken tenders
shorter
on the
than
bun.
What I don't like. Oh no, can't have them on the bun.
Oh, you
no,
can't have them
no
on the bun.
chicken. No chicken on the bone or
Okay.
on a bun. It has to be in a dish. But yeah, it has been
Yeah.
a topic of
Yeah, before the
contention
date for
and
me with you would have
previous
been
relationships. Yes,
clearing the air of like what's do's and don'ts and like all that. And then,
Here's some broth.
yeah. I'm like, now girl, what do you eat?
Yeah.
everyone asks me, well, what do you eat? Because I don't like any kind of beans. Like I'm.
Oh my
extreme.
gosh.
Oh yeah, it's I'm.
And we've been out
awful.
to eat a bunch of times.
literally-
I don't remember what you've had.
I literally get on my own nerves. I do like Mexican food.
But,
So
but
we
just
went to the
beans.
Mexican
But no beans.
Girl, there's
Oh, no
so much
beans.
onion in Mexican food.
Yeah, there is.
Right.
I will not.
She's
And
crazy.
and I did like I'll pick at food sometimes, because I'm like, if I'm in front of people, I don't want to say, oh God, get this away from me. But yeah.
Well, I would take you to a smoothie factory or, like some smoothie place and we'll have a
Panda
date.
Express.
That's what I would have did.
Or what's that place called? Wetzel Pretzel?
Yeah, Wetzel's Pretzel.
yeah, I would eat but you said Panda Express. I don't like Chinese food.
Oh, well, there
See,
you go.
there you
Like
go.
I don't like rice. I mean,
Just-
I feel like it's eating maggots.
Like,
Like
we
rice.
left her out on Chinese food at the salon, and she never once said. She's
Oh
like,
no,
What
it
about
looks
a
like
good
maggots.
sandwich?
Does it have bread on it?
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much?
I can't eat the bread.
I mean, I would eat it, but that
But
wouldn't
you
be what
pick
I would
it.
prefer.
Have you been to Witch Witch? Have you ever heard of Witch Witch?
Which is great.
You get to pick every little thing that goes on that sandwich, whether you want it or you don't. You just check it off and they make it for you.
So you better than me because
Okay.
see, I wouldn't even got that far with her. I would have been like, okay.
Girl, bye. I don't like steak either, and I don't.
Wow.
Really eat I don't eat bacon either. I don't like bacon.
What in the what do you
Yes.
eat? So if you
I
go
know.
home, what do you eat for dinner? What did you have for dinner last night?
A hot dog off the street.
She did.
It was
It was so good too.
okay. Hot dog, you're good with. A
You
steak,
know,
though,
Which
we
is
don't do.
crazy because they
I know.
grind everything.
Right.
I don't even want to
The
know.
tube
But
steak.
that was the McUltra.
Look at Mitchell. Mitchell's like, Lord. Lord. Have you ever tried a hush puppy?
Those aren't that bad.
Girl, that's all onion.
Ooh,
Really?
That might be why I don't eat them.
KK, if we go to your refrigerator and we open it up, it's just hot dogs in there.
And
Oh
milk.
no, you would not
A
have
milk?
a hot dog in my house. I
Okay.
just did that because I was drunk.
So what do you eat normally?
I love pizza, but my
Okay.
favorite thing to ever eat in my life is spaghetti. I do love spaghetti. I have to make my own sauce. So and I love to cook. So like tonight I made my friends some homemade spaghetti sauce and I made homemade Alfredo.
okay.
So
Oh,
great.
Italian food.
Olive Garden.
Okay, we can go there.
Noodles. You're a noodle girl.
I
Yeah.
am such a pasta girl. I love it.
Okay. What do you prefer, ramen or pho?
What's pho?
Well, they have onions in it, so it's a no. That's gonna be a no.
Okay, yeah.
My friends are over there
She
cackling
said,
at me.
"What's pho?"
Would you ever consider being a lesbian?
No,
You don't like fish.
What?
I don't.
How did you
I don't
pivot?
like-
Well, the hot dogs, you know.
But
While
you
we're
know,
on the
like, that's okay.
while we're on
My-
the subject of
I
eating
know.
things, it's
We might
like
as well. Might as well.
That's
We might as well go there.
No,
gotta be in a
I am
dish.
100% straight.
He has to be wrapped up.
let me ask you real
I'm
quick.
100%
Girl,
straight.
I know it's the after hours now show. If you could choose between two women to be a lesbian with, between Queen Latifah and Missy Elliott, who would you choose?
That's a good one. That's a good
Okay,
one.
yes.
Queen Latifah.
Okay, now.
Definitely. But I might be lesbian for Beyonce.
Oh,
Beyonce's hot.
Yes,
ring
she
the
is.
alarm.
Okay,
Yes.
Ow.
You gotta eat more than just pizza and spaghetti.
Oh,
With Miss Beyonce.
I can look at a woman walking down the street and I'm like, you better get it, bitch.
Yeah.
You are hot.
Well, you're
You
good
are
at that.
all
And
that.
you do it. And you do that.
Yes.
We didn't go to our yearly trip to LA all together this year.
Which reminds me, though, I'm
what
going
happened?
for New Year's Eve.
Oh, you are?
I wish you guys
Wow.
could go. I really want Paris and Mitchell to go.
y'all should go. Y'all should
Oh,
go.
Chris, I would love it if you guys could
I
go.
know I'm going to a wedding.
I actually think I might go, but she wants to stay for so long. And
Yeah, she stays like a
never
week,
wanna
right?
We all know that
Yeah.
LA is very expensive. So
It is.
I just
It
don't-
is.
I can buy my plane ticket and all the things, but staying there as long as she needs to. I don't have a salon.
At her hotel, too,
I
by
gotta
the way.
pay her
At the
booth
Montreal.
rent.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be tough.
How much you? Don't tell me how much you pay, but usually, what the hotel you stay out in LA, it's really nice.
It's
What's
so nice.
the average per night thing?
I don't pay this much, but the average is about $300 a night.
Okay, I thought that's,
$300 or $350.
That's less than what I thought.
Yeah.
I was thinking like
KK
1,000.
has she has like I don't even know. She's infiltrated the Mondrian. Like they know her by name.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yes, they
Like
do.
she gets free drinks.
I believe it.
All kinds of things.
she was
I
out
know
there
all
talking
the
to the valet
staff.
the last time I saw her.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is a nice place to stay at,
The
though.
Sky Bar,
gorgeous.
you
It
just
is.
you can't beat it. You really can't.
It was
Yeah.
fun when we
They're
were there.
great.
It was a
And
really
you can
nice
walk
place.
everywhere from there. Like
Yes, and I
truly.
do. Yeah, and I feel very safe in West Hollywood. Next year, this time when we get together again for Miss Paris's step down, that I maybe
Oh, you
will have
can't win
started
again?
my book
Oh, now we got to talk
because
about
I
that for
really
sure.
want to write a book. I do, and it's been really weighing on me heavy. And I think I'm gonna try and start that.
You just
Do
have to
it.
start.
Yeah,
Any
do it.
ideas of what you're going to call it?
I don't like onions.
I don't like
Yeah,
No meat on the bone.
yeah, no meat on the
no
bone.
meat on the
Give you
bone.
onions.
Chicken on the bone.
chicken on the
Life
bone.
lessons with
Only
KK.
hot dogs.
No. And I thought, you know what I thought about is like possibly when I'm maybe getting closer to finishing and stuff like on social media, you know, ask like, what do you think? Because it's going to be about my life experiences.
I love that.
I'm
Do
excited
it.
to. I've wanted to do it my whole life. And a lot of people say, you know, if you couldn't do hair, like what would your dream job be? And I would always say an author because I
that's
love
awesome.
to write. Yes.
That's really
I
cool.
love that. And we
Yeah.
need authors in the world.
Yes.
We do. You know, instead of reading the girls, it's good to read a book every now and then. I love that.
Take a break, read a book.
Mark,
Yes.
good luck.
Thank you.
You got the
got
final
this.
word? Do you have anything that you end the show? How do you want to end it?
Oh wow. Okay.
Yay.
Well, first and foremost.
Oh, or
it's
should
been-
we ask you the Mama Jamma question?
It's up to y'all.
All right,
What's the-
Mike.
It's up to y'all.
Cue the scary music.
Oh, here we go.
Marco Soto. Last one, and it's the one that wins hearts. Why should the people of Dallas put their trust and their vote behind you? For justice of the peace, you have 1 minute.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, first and foremost, thank y'all. It's been
Yes.
great to meet y'all.
Of course.
To answer the question, many years ago, I was asked that same exact question for a leadership role. My opponent promised everything, sun, moon, and stars, and I told everybody, I promise you nothing. And it kind of really scared everyone. But the reason I said that is because if you promise people anything, you've already kind of set yourself up for failure if you don't meet those expectations. At the end of the day, what I can do is pledge my industry and my efforts to everybody, my legal acumen and my resolve. And that's why I think that people should at least consider me, right? I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I never said that I was going to be, but I'm a local person who practices in these courts every single day, who grew up in the neighborhood where I would be the presiding judge. And I'm ultimately just doing this to make a difference. I have a job. I have a position right now. but I'm trying to give back because every single day we want our society to be better, but we can only do that if we're willing to put ourselves on the line to actually do something about it. You can either be the person that complains that there's trash on the street, or you can walk over there. If you didn't make the mess, you clean it up because you're going to make the world a better place. I'm running for this position to give back to my community, to be entrusted with their authority, because it's the people's authority, and just to make my community a better place. I think that right there at the end of the day is what we all want, and I think that I can pledge that to the voters of Dallas County, especially Precinct 5 and Place 2.
Yes.
And ladies and gentlemen, a question and answer. Your question and answer winner for the evening.
Absolutely. That's amazing.
Well, thank you guys so much, and happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
See you next
everybody.
year. See you next
This
year.
is MZ Now, online at mznow.tv. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/MZ Now.